And the wild thoughts go, we laugh, we cry, yeah, we let it roll. Healing through a joke and a story for the soul. This, that, the hard walker show. Turn it up loud, let the whole block know. From pain to punchlines, watch the wisdom glow. Yeah, this, that, the hard walker show. Oh yeah, you turn scars into skits, old wounds into bits. Every calling, every friend feels like Sunday once again. From the grind to the glow up, glass half empty, you pour more up. You take the weight we hold below and lift it on the lava walker show. This, that, the walker show, where the real ones talk and the wild thoughts go. We laugh, we cry, yeah, we let it roll. Healing through a joke and a story for the soul. This, that, the walker show. Turn it up loud, let the whole block know. From pain to punchlines, watch the wisdom glow. Yeah, this, that, the walker show. Hey, some days heavy, some days light. You still find a way to make it feel alright. When the world's too loud, when the bill's too high, I press play, hear your voice, and I remember why. This, that, the walker show, where the real ones talk and the wild thoughts go. We laugh, we cry.
Yo, top of the morning. Welcome back to the greatest show on the face of the earth. I had to get in here a little bit early today because I got a meeting later on today. Hope you guys are having a wonderful Tuesday. Today is Tuesday, and I'm about Saturday I leave to go to Albuquerque, New Mexico to make history with my goat, Martin Lawrence. That's right, everybody. I'll be on a new show called Pass the Mic, hosted by comedian Joe Coy, executive produced by Martin Lawrence. I will be making my way to Albuquerque, New Mexico, where every single show is sold out. And we coming up together, man, and I'm just so thankful that everybody's been so supportive and, allowing me to build this thing brick by brick, as I always say. And also, if you're a young comic, man, just get it out of the mud. You don't have to beg. You don't have to kiss ass. You don't have to go twerk and dress it in green rooms. You can build it on your own. And trust me, I know that, I can't do this alone. There are people that help me, and shout out to those people that allow me stage time. And it's a mutual respect, and that's what I'm big on, respect. You don't need to like me. I don't want you to like me, but I want your respect. So we're going to get into this today, man. Lil Durk started his first day in trial. From everything I'm hearing, I believe Durk will beat this case. Durk is going to get off. Brian Steele and I believe Drew Feinling might be his attorneys. The defense's opening statement looked really, really solid as they put everything on some guy named Vonnie OTF. So basically, Vonnie OTF will be the total fall guy. He'll probably do life in jail, and Durk will get off. He's going to go free. And also, they're putting everything on Vonnie. People, they're not saying that Durk is a snitch or anything that he told, even though he is pointing the finger on Vonnie. And this is typically what happens, when you go up against a person that is famous and has the resources, even if that person is implicated and sends you on a dummy-dumb mission, you will get the blame. And Vonnie will be slaughtered in court, and Durk is going to walk free. I don't even think they have any, there's supposed to be a murder for hire. However, they don't even have any proof that he paid this guy or any of that. So he will walk. And it's just what it is. They're already saying that, Dirk didn't tell. It's not that Dirk told. He's in there fighting for his life. So he should get off. I have a little bit of footage of some lawyer dude that goes down to the courthouse every day and he chimes in on this stuff. So let's see what he has to say. I'm up early, Texas Trent. I got some stuff I got to do, but I just want to make my promise and my commitment. So shout out to Texas Trina. Let's see what we got.
You've just heard his defense make their opening statements, and I'm not going to lie, I'm absolutely floored. You know what they're trying to do? They're blaming it all on Vonnie. Now, I don't know if people are going to go as far as to say that he telling on Vonnie, but he basically is blaming everything on Vonnie. They're basically making this whole case. They showed the entire opening statement, right? Bear in mind that the prosecution, they showed various pictures, videos, still images of multiple attempts on Quando's life, the actual murder of Lil Pab, the footage of that, footage from Durk's music videos, footage from apparently still images of them when they tried to kill Quando in Waycross, Georgia. It was a whole presentation. When the defense were up there, they basically showed only a couple pictures, and the one picture they showed the whole time was just a picture of Vonnie with King Von. They said it's all Vonnie. Vonnie was King Von's cousin. They said his nickname was Cuz because he was King Von's cousin. His whole identity was based around the fact that he was King Von's cousin, and he was the only one pushing slide for Von. They're all literally directly pointing the finger at Vonnie, saying Vonnie did it. Vonnie's admitting to the government that he did it. He's turned snitch to try and save himself. Durk had nothing to do with it. They're saying that Vonnie had the most to gain by sliding for Von. They're saying that Vonnie was the guy that was driving the Hellcat away from the scene when King Von got shot. They're saying Vonnie tried to speed King Von to the hospital the day that he died. They down there said Vonnie was holding King Von in his arms, telling him he loved him before he took him to the hospital the last time they ever spoke. They basically said that it was Vonnie that has the motivation to slide. It was all Vonnie's idea. Vonnie was organizing everything. Vonnie got the guns, Vonnie got the cars, Vonnie got the sliders, Vonnie got the killers. He did everything. And Durk did nothing. They're blaming it all on Vonnie. I couldn't believe it. Now look, I'm not sure what people are going to categorize this as. I mean, is it telling if somebody is already cooperating with the state against you? Is there such thing as reverse telling? Can you tell back if somebody works with the state and tell?
Of course you can tell back. I mean, if you can tell back if you're famous enough to, right? If you're famous enough and you make enough money, and yeah, of course you can. Of course, goalposts will be moved. This is just how this works. So yes, he can tell back.
On you, can you tell back? But basically Durk and his team are making it very clear it was all Vonnie. He's saying it's all Vonnie. Apparently when they arrested Vonnie, he was staying in a suite at a hotel in Chicago with his girlfriend. He said the cops busted into the suite and arrested him, and the defense is saying, oh, when the cops interviewed him, they basically said, you're the leader until you put someone else in charge. You're the one that was in charge of all of this. They were saying Vonnie and King Von go back decades. Their fathers were friends. Their dads just went back years. Vonnie was, doing personal shopping for King Von. They even said, yeah, Vonnie was so locked in with King Von, they had a shared bank account. He was managing all of his money.
Yeah, and this is the thing. Then I'm gonna tell y'all something. You listen up, crash dummies. To the crash dummies that are with Big Bro Rapper. The one that's doing all the crime and the sliding, he gonna send your black ass up the river. The one you call your big bro. It's gonna keep happening. It's gonna keep happening over and over again. Durk will go free.
That was his closest guy. Bro, they even said, I don't know how true this is, but they said that when King Von died and he was in the car on the way to the hospital, he said to Vonnie, why did you let me get shot? Why didn't you do something? And they're saying that devastated Vonnie. He couldn't save King Von, and basically he planned to slide for Von that night. Nothing. They saying Durk didn't do nothing. It was all Vonnie. I don't know if that's going to be believed, but that's the defense. It's insane.
Yeah, and they're gonna railroad this kid. He has no idea what's coming. But yeah, Vonnie will rot. He's gonna go up the river. This is how this works in this justice system. Whoever has the money and the resources is going to win. And I'm indifferent on the case. It is whatever, but from what I'm seeing, this is going to be an easy slam dunk case for Brian Steele and the defense. They are going to flip that jury and they're going to put it all on Vonnie because Vonnie, look at this guy. He had nothing. He's poor. He doesn't have any money. He's probably in there with a public defender. He turned snitch, and I'm guessing the feds just don't have a strong enough case here. So, of course, Durk will walk. Everything that I'm hearing, Durk is gonna walk. Brian Steele, and these guys are just brilliant guys. You know, they got Young Thug out of there. They're gonna get Durk off, and whoever's the big rapper, you know, whatever you do, call Brian Steele and Drew Feinling, and they're gonna get you. They're gonna get you free. It's just what it is, man. It's okay. This is how this works. So, yeah, that's what I'm seeing. If y'all want to chime in on that, let me know. Shout out to everybody that's up with me this early in the morning. Shout out to Facebook, Twitter. Shout out to everybody over there on Instagram. I know I'm starting off a little early this morning, but this is what it is, guys. Vonnie went to slide for King Von. That is his blood cousin. The guy had no money. You know, he needed this. He needed this. And this is, and you know what happens, you know, when these things happen, and when Durk walks, you know, we will get more of this in the community. This is what's gonna happen. This is what's gonna happen. We'll get more of that. Yeah, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. You see, and it goes on in a perpetual cycle. And then one of these kids will be the new Little Durk, and then one of the little goons with them, they'll go up the river for the new Little Durk. And it's a perpetual cycle. This is how it happens.
I remember acting crazy, all handlers outside. I slide and get the biggest high speeds and get away.
This is how it goes. Look at that.
Police ass studio and go to jail. I wish they would have buddy.
Yeah, it's a continuous, perpetual cycle. And then another group of people who I cannot say will be able to continuously profit off of the destruction of the community, of us, by us. And this is where we at. This is how this happens. Okay? So, they're gonna definitely flip their jury. It's just what it is. It's what it is. It is what it is. What else is going on, guys? The people in LA are still mad about the child whose life was taken. They're saying that y'all don't know about LA, understand about the gang culture. We covered that yesterday, but people are still up in arms about that on Twitter. So that's what it is. Also, to shout out to Extra Convo, who sent me 30 jewels. Thank you for them jewels, Extra Convo. I appreciate that love, man. I appreciate that love. Texas Trina said after Pimp C passed, she hardly pays attention anymore. All right. I don't know when this happened.
Nigga, stand up for me. Ain't nobody stop. And shut up. Be quiet before you get exiled. Like some.
Oh no, that must be old. That must be old, guys. I don't know who trying to call me. I saw my mama call it. Mama, you see, I'm here's a lawyer speaking on this Lil Durk case as well. Let's take a look at this.
Okay, let's talk about Lil Durk update. Here's what's interesting about this case is the headlines today are Durk snitches on Vonnie,
which me personally, I'm sure there's a lot of snitch experts out there. I've been doing this for 30 years, so I think I know a snitch or two. Did you like that, Jackson?
Snitch around and find out.
Snitch around and find out. Long story short is, what they're saying is Durk is essentially blaming everything on Vonnie. He's essentially snitching on the snitch, which to me doesn't make any sense. This guy Vonnie went in, I guess he was Durk's right-hand man. He went in and spilled his guts, said that he bought tickets. He drove around with these guys, took pictures with them, showed them where to go, bought the guns, all these other allegations that he admitted to. But he says, but Durk made me do it. And Durk and trial is saying, hey, I don't know what this guy's talking about. He takes the blame for all this stuff because rightfully so, that's what he did. I didn't have anything to do with it. I didn't pay anybody. I didn't tell him to do that. That was none of my business what was going on with this guy, Vonnie. That's what he's saying. So in my book, that's not a snitch. But like I said, there's going to be experts out there, non-lawyers, jailhouse lawyers, all these guys that are going to say, this is what constitutes a snitch and this isn't what a snitch is. Listen, this is going to be an interesting case. This is day one, really, of real deal evidence. We're going to start seeing more and more every day, and I'll keep up with it every day, give you guys a little report.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think telling matters anymore, right? You know what I mean? Like all that who told, who cares? Who cares? Like, who wants to spend the rest of their life in jail just trying to hold a code to keep it real? Who wants to do that? You know what I mean? And then too, I think like I say, rap music to me is really on this deathbed. Like rap music to me and hip hop right now, especially when it comes to the gangster rap stuff like that, it's like where we found out wrestling wasn't real. For so many years, we wanted to believe like the wrestlers, like that was real. It was real beefs. But when they pull a curtain off of wrestling and people's like, man, it's really fake. And we just left it alone. And I think that's the same thing that is with rap music. Yeah, of course, Jonathan, I'm telling too. I'm with you, brother, as a citizen who don't mind calling the police and prosecuting and putting the nigga's ass in jail. I stand on the side of you, but I just look at the tough street guys, who claim, who live by these so-called codes, and then when they get in the courtroom, they just flip. It's okay, and I'm not, pointing any fingers, but this is what you need to do to protect yourself. Go be with your family. Go be with your family, man. And this is a really big thing. We got to talk about this more. This is still going on. This has been going on for 3 days now on Instagram. Let me show y'all. So Black Californians and Southerners clash online over gang culture criticism. The debate erupted after bloggers allegedly overstated a young man's death over a hat in Compton, drawing accusations that it unfairly targeted Black Californians. Southern critics focus on gang culture's harm to communities, while Californians highlight their Southern roots. Like family reunions in Alabama, and argue the talk lumps everyone together despite LA County's massive, diverse Black populations. Both sides recognize gang violence toll, but call for solutions over division along regional lines. To all the Californians, I don't understand how any of you guys in Cali can justify, and I know I got my LA Dodgers fit on, how do you justify gang life? How, like, and if you're from California and you want to come on this forum and let me know, how do you stick up for that? How do you take up for something that has done nothing but harm Black people? Okay, what do they pass out some turkeys? They do a couple of football drives, but at the end of the day, behind the scenes, they extort, sell dope, and just harm everybody in the community. So how do you continuously stick up for this and then somehow call it Black culture? Y'all let me know. Please let us have this discussion. And they say this kid, they lied about him dying over a hat, but he died though. He was shot for something. But a lot of the people in Southern California are actually taking up for the gang members, which is weird. It's very, very weird. You know, if they had that, if black people had the same, you know how they don't like gangs. If they had that same thing, how they don't like gangs, the way I mean, how they don't like Stephen A. Smith. Nobody likes Stephen A. Smith now. If we directed that towards destructive parts of the culture, we'll be better off, I think. And going back there to Little Durk, I know I'm all over the place right now. This
Like
is
how the perception of Dirk was.
this is academics and King Yella talking about it. Let me take a look here.
Dirk, he needed to see that. He needed to see that. He didn't really get to see that. He started to see it at the end, but it was too late. You try to make the men bring J Bane out and push peace and be Muslim and all that. But niggas done died. Too many people done died already. You know why niggas start doing that? Now it's a guilty conscience, man. It's a fucking guilty conscience, bro.
Let me ask you a question, because again, and I want to ask you like how the perception of Dirk was, like based on all the shit I'm hearing. You know, he was rocking with Lamron and you know the Tay Town stuff. Was it like the way he was talking hot on records? Was a lot of these Chicago niggas like in fear of Dirk? Because the way he was talking
Bro,
like this heavy.
there's nobody that I ever met with fear of Dirk, man. I just told you, he hang with the gangsters. And you got to think about this. Chicago, everybody's a gangster in Chicago. Everybody's a killer. That's normal. You're no different.
That's not normal. Wait, what you mean everybody's a gangster and a killer?
That's normal in the trench. That's normal in the trenches. You got to understand this. When I was in the trenches, you know how the world, how you would sit back and be like, oh, how could they live like that? We got no fucking choice. We got no choice. Just like in Iran, when you get off the fucking plane and they're in war, you hop off as a 12-year-old and 10-year-old kid holding an AK-47. That's normal to them. They was taught this. This is regular. They might wake up and they take the chopper from him, and the kid don't know how to move because he used to having a chopper in his hand. So this is what I'm saying about people in the trenches. That shit is regular. Sell drugs, fuck bitches, get money, kill people, then sick, rob people, steal, kill, destroy. Which is what the fucking devil wants motherfuckers to do. That's all the devil work. This is demonic shit. This is why the labels promoted behind this shit, because they fucking promote. Even when your YouTube channel was going up, you got money because that's what they wanted you to do, was keep dumbing niggas down. Keep feeding the devil work. Keep making niggas kill niggas. Kill niggas, guess what? Because the white man don't like niggas. The white man don't want to see niggas make it.
Let me ask you a question. So we've heard this criticism of Dirk, where people say, you were the person who made it out. You had songs with Drake. You were selling out a United Center multiple times. You could do anything in the world. And if you look at the timeline of how the feds have accused Dirk, they have accused him of everything when he was the richest, when he was the most popular. Not like, oh, we brought some shit back from 2017. They were talking about 2022, arguably the biggest time in his career. Do you think that Dirk got a little bit drunk off the power of having money, resources, and knowing that niggas in Iraq would move when he say something as long as he was funding it?
Yes. I just did something on this act. Clout, pride, ego, money. That's why I said about the labels. They know when they give ignorant nigga some money, he's gonna go do some ignorant shit. Just like they just did with the little nigga from California, EBK J-Bo. Signed him, gave him all that money. What he do? Promoted violence, bought guns, did all type of crazy ass shit. And guess what? Back in jail, people died. This is what they want. This is what they do.
Okay, am I ignorant for saying though with Dirk? Like I felt a lot of fans always said that he was smart and like he moved a little bit different. He wasn't like the loud talking. Like he was more like a sarcastic guy. Like he kind of came off Like, there's a lot of people, I believe, that now they're hearing so much stuff. They're like, wait, Durk was doing that? Like, they're shocked. Durk doesn't, there's certain people, they make it very clear that's what's happening. Durk was almost like, yeah, he would brag about certain stuff, but it didn't make it that obvious to certain fans. Now, if you knew, you knew. Like, if you were into Chicago shit, you knew he was really mentioning some real shit. But if
I'm gonna say this, I do think like the youth, like, and I mean the younger kids, like my son 11, like these 11, 12, 13-year olds, I think I don't think they really thinking about the streets like that. I don't think the majority of them, and I think that the sentiment on this gangster shit and the street life, being a street nigga, I think the sentiment is becoming a lot smaller and smaller in the community, and I think it's becoming more and more niche, and it's becoming a minority of a minority, to where I think like we in the last of days of this, right? So they're gonna have to try to figure out another plan to get us in jail now, because I don't think the kids on this, man. Kids are streaming. There are a lot of more positive influences. They looking up to the YouTubers. They looking up to the streamers now. They not, I don't think nobody wants to be on the block having a shootout anymore. So it's very interesting. But yeah, those record companies have a lot to do with it. They don't care. They was taking out $4 or $5 million life insurance policies on these guys. So even when these guys get shot, they recoup investment. They make more. I think a lot of them record companies was making more with them dead and getting shot than they was with the album. But here's the thing. Say you're a record company, right? And you just deal in all drill music. You deal in all the drill music. The thing is this, man. You put the life insurance policy on the kid, right? You put a $5 or $10 million life insurance policy on him. He get taken out. When he get taken out, guess what? Whatever album he dropped, those sales are gonna go through the roof. So on an investment, that's a huge return, because his death is pretty much promotion for the album. And I know that's sick, but it's just what it is. That's what it is, bro. So very, very sad. Very, very sad, guys. They went and found Delonte West. Y'all know Delonte West, the basketball player that's homeless and stuff like that. The streamers found him.
Yo, what the fuck is happening? Oh my God. All right, here we go. May the best man win.
All right, ones and twos.
Yes, sir.
All right, ones, okay.
No dribble.
Oh
no
my
dribble.
God.
Oh. Oh. Ah.
Okay,
wet.
that's two.
Wet.
Damn. 2-0.
Now, he not even moving. No need to dribble. Up, pivot. Yeah, no, pivot. Boom. Oh, wet. Wet.
Low. We have four. 4-piece chicken biscuit pickup.
He's not even dribbling.
Wet. Look at that. Look at that. He ain't going nowhere. Little step on. Up.
Oh,
yeah. Oh, where you
Don't,
going?
man, there's no way.
Wet. Yo, man, let me tell you something, man. NBA players are different, bro. NBA players are different. And I know Delonte's been through a lot, man. God bless Delonte West. Mental health crisis, homeless, just out on the corner, just, messed up going through it. But, man, the muscle memory, putting them shots up. When I worked on Uncle Drew, it was just amazing, like watching Reggie Miller and them guys kind of, I watched Reggie Miller. He was just out there shooting around. Kyrie is shooting around a little bit. But, man, just watching Reggie might have missed two. He missed 2 shots. And, man, he couldn't miss after missing the 2 first shots, bro. You know what I mean? I mean, it's all muscle memory, man. These guys shoot hundreds of thousands of shots. They got the feel on the ball. They know the technique. Yeah, he ain't shot a ball in years, but it's just muscle memory, man. As soon as he got that ball in hand, the muscles fire up. Them short twitch muscles just fire up. Like you can't, dude. Basketball, NBA players are special, and I know a lot of times, like somebody will call a player garbage, man, but just to make it to the league, bro. If you just make it to the NBA, which is impossible, by the way, just to make it there, dog. I don't care if you the last man off the bench. You are a super elite basketball player. There's not like I don't care what number you are coming off the bench. Like you think of the roster spots. It's probably like 400 open spots in the NBA. It's like literally 8 billion people on Earth, bro. You are a freak monster if you make it to the NBA, especially in today's times as the league goes more international. They looking for bigger players. Like we at the point now with 6'2" is too small to be in the NBA. You have to be ridiculous. If you a 6'2" guard, you know how ridiculous you got to be? You got to be better than Kyrie, bro, which is impossible. So. I was looking back some more of this Durk trial. All his friends have turned on him. All of them have turned federal informants, and everybody's pointing the finger. Oh, none of this stuff is real. I think the realest thing you can do is just say, hey, I call the police, man. That's the realest thing you can do. Yeah, and this Lil Durk situation is pretty much, I mean, after Young Thug, hip hop was on life support. I mean, especially like the thug and gangster music. This is definitely gonna really put the nail in the coffin. It's just not gonna be believable, dog. Like nobody gonna want to hear it no more. Which is a good thing, I believe, for the community, by the way. Let me ask y'all this. Do y'all think Dirk will beat the case? Why don't y'all come in here and let me know? I think he'll win. What do you guys think? Maybe I could set up a poll here. Can I do a poll? Man, I thought it was where I could do a poll. I guess I can't do a poll on it. No. Oh, there we go. Poll. Will Dirk beat this case? Yes to no. Y'all can just vote on there in the comments. Let me know. Let's see what y'all think, man. Will Dirk beat this case? You can comment 1 for yes or 2 for no, and we'll just do a poll. How about that? How about we just have a little bit of engagement to talk to the people? Oh boy. Say King Von's last words to OTF Vonnie was, "Why did you let me get shot?" Ugh. I mean, I think he gonna beat it. I just think he go. I think Brian Steele and these attorneys that he have are just really powerful. I think they'll sway the jury. That's just what I think. That's what I think. I think in America, money and resources typically talk. And I mean, if you got like a little guy, you can just throw him under the bus, railroad him, and call it a day. So, yo, rest in peace to Eddie King Jr. too, man. Eddie Kane. Eddie Kane. Michael Wright, who played Eddie Kane. What a brilliant performance. Rest in peace to him. All right, let's see what we got. Yeah, they'll tell you how much it costs. How much y'all think? I wonder how much this trial cost. This is probably about 2-3 million for this. It just costs a little money, baby. This America. You can do whatever you want if you got some bread in America. Don't get it twisted. Don't y'all get it twisted, bro. Oh, man. They say that Dirk's defense strategy is literally identical to John Gotti's in 1992. When Sammy the Bull snitched, Gotti didn't confess. He blamed Sammy for being a rogue actor running wild without his permission. Dirk's team is pushing the exact same rogue subordinate defense against co-defendants who signed plea deals. Little Durk Johnny Ace is a rapper. He's a famous drill rapper out of Chicago. He's really big rapper. That's who he is. I don't know, Reggie Watts. Reggie Watts, comedian, festivals 86 him after drug use abuse allegations. Reggie Watts, comedian, musician, over his work on comedy Bang Bang and the Late Show with James Corden. Most comedians own drugs. We wouldn't have, I mean, how do y'all cancel a comedian for doing drugs? He's not in sports. What's happening? What's going on? We wouldn't have even known Richard Pryor if these were the rules. Are we kidding? This would could be comedian. A lot of comedians. I don't do drugs, but at most, a lot of comedians do. A lot of them partake. So if he acting crazy, that's what he get paid to do, is act crazy. What are we talking about? When did we reach this place in comedy? Well, guys, I don't have nothing else to talk about. I'm about to get out of here. I got stuff to do. I'm just glad I followed up and did it. Did what I had to do. And I'm going to be on here tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to be back at 9 a.m. We did about 40 minutes today, which is great. But guys, appreciate the love. I'm out of here, man. Y'all be good.